podcast is brought to you by Reka Studio. If you are struggling with creating content because you have no time, you don't know how to, and you are lacking of ideas, this is for you. For just $1, here's how Reka Studio can create 8 reels for you for 1 whole month. And the best part is, it'll only take 3 hours of your time. First, the Reka team researches your industry and creates a custom content guide, including everything from the best SEO keywords, top videos in your niche, and the best topics for you to speak on to connect with your audience. Secondly, we have a recording process that allows us to record high quality videos that looks professional, and it'll only take minutes to set up. Thirdly, our team handles all the editing, so each video holds your audience attention while still being authentic. Fourth, our team will schedule the post to your selected platforms on autopilot. And the best part is, all this for just $1 to get you started. We can only slot in 5 more clients, so visit tgnpodcast.com/Reka to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. Nuggets, back to the episode.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Golden Nuggets podcast. We are in part 2 with Mr. Michael Chua.
Yes.
Yes, Amir, take it away.
Okay, so Michael, I think just now we ended the first part with your possible future plans, and also is that the film that you actually are planning to produce, or
it has already been done since 2015.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a while, but we want to understand a bit more about the challenges that you face as an actor, especially when you were starting out. Of course, your 5th gig you got on Haki and it blew up, but usually when you reach a pinnacle, you will have a bit of a downfall, right?
Well, I was quite lucky that I went up quite fast because of Hentak Kaki. And at that time, I thought it was beginner's luck, right? Everything seems late for me. And then 2 years later, another film also won the best film and best a lot of stuff, including best actor. So that was when I thought, well, maybe I supposed to be telling stories. And my quest to tell stories took a higher level, higher gear. And I started making my own content periodically, not so often, because making films takes a lot of time and money as well. So like I said, the film that I made in 2015 was The Next Plot, about a grieving old man struggling against religious stigma to be buried next to his late wife. That was only a 5-minute drama kind of stuff. So after that, I wanted to up the ante to do an action film, just because action films are very difficult to make. And I did a 23-minute action film called Bloodline Blues, about a young heir to an English noble family escaping from his obligations by reconciling with his lover in Singapore. Yeah, so the story is just an excuse to stitch up all the fight scenes. And the fight scenes were interesting. Unfortunately, I was not acting in it. I was busy with behind the camera. And the actors were also motivated, because then I realized that it's just having a workout and getting paid. Basically, that is trainers. You don't have to be a martial art expert unless the film is specifically about a certain martial art. You just need to be fit. You have to be fit. You cannot fight halfway. Cannot already. Cannot. Wow, I sure scold you.
Do you have like choreographer for this?
Yes. We have choreographers, and the action footages have to be what you call high coverage. You need to take a lot of angles and make sure that there's continuity in the action. Say, suppose in one shot, I'm hit here, I turn here, and my head stop here. Another shot, hit, turn, bounce back. One of them cannot be used. Right. So continuity is important. Fitness is important. High coverage is important. So you take more than you need. So I think a normal action scene would take 4 times as much time as, say, a lovey-dovey romantic scene, having dinner with a girlfriend or something like that. Right? About 4 times.
Oh, wow. So that is a challenge that you face in terms of production. What about you generally being an actor, screenwriter, and also producer? You as an individual, what kind of challenges that you actually face in this career?
One has to keep reinventing oneself, I think, because they might get sick with even if you're very hot, right? You get bored with The way you talk, the way you act, the way you get into emotions, and all. So you have to keep thinking, what value am I bringing to the director, to the story, to the audience? That is quite a challenge. Finding gigs, economies go up and down, and when times are bad, there are more people chasing after the same number of gigs.
Okay.
Third, you must be very street smart. You must be in the good books of most people, but at the same time, do not be a floor mat. Don't say, okay lah, I'm nice okay, you punch me, punch some more. No, you got to know how to avoid some of these situations, not to be a doormat. Be always very cooperative and pleasant, but you got to be keeping your dignity there as well.
Plenty of golden nuggets there.
I mean, the first point when you mentioned about reinventing yourself, I think that's really profound because I don't know if you know the Twilight actor, the one who became a werewolf. I can't remember what's his name.
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner.
Right, yeah.
I think Twilight was the only movie that he was actually kind of like blew up in, and then he acted in 2 or 3 small movies. Then after that, he kind of disappeared.
Fizzled, yeah.
But they say it's because like in Twilight itself, his age, or perhaps the reason why he is actually like highly sought after at that point of time was because he was young, good looking, have a nice body, but that can only take you so far because there's always people who tend to look much more nicer than you in the years to come. So you mentioning about reinventing yourself, I think that's really important. For you personally, how much have you reinvented yourself throughout your career in this industry?
When I started, I know I have nothing to lose to get into bad roles, like bad guy roles, right? I keep a beard, and for me, when I keep a beard, not like you, you keep a beard, you look very handsome. But when I keep a beard, I look like one a really nasty gangster. Okay. So I did that, and I got those gangster roles, I got those fierce roles, and all that. And that was okay because I was starting off, right? And further, I didn't want to play bad guy roles too much. If I play a bad guy role now, it still has to be a nice guy, bad guy kind of thing.
Okay.
Because if you are a really notorious character on screen, you don't get advertisement for good products. What can you sell, right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, if somebody is going to have an ambassador for a bank, they won't get a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy in real person, but he acted
portrays
as a bad character. That wouldn't fit in well with the public perception.
And also the third point you mentioned is about constantly having to find gigs, right? You having done over 400 gigs at this point of time in your career, was all these 400 within Singapore itself, or do you feel Singapore is too limited that you have to go abroad to actually get more gigs?
A lot of them are in Singapore. Those that were abroad also were linked to Singapore productions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I would like to have more connections overseas, probably through a good manager. Yeah. In Singapore, the need for a manager is less acute.
Okay.
But overseas, I cannot keep up with the world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, although nowadays on LinkedIn and all that, we do have contacts with other producers and all that. Yeah, but that would be ideal. But films are culture bound.
Yeah.
So even if I speak Mandarin very well, the way I pronounce, express, and the accents will be slightly different from maybe South China. I can get away with it, but North China, definitely the way they talk is different. Their attitude is different. They grew up in cold weather. So certain twitch of the body is different, right?
Yeah.
We never have to feel cold except in aircon.
Now that you mention it, I just watched a Taiwanese show. The Mandarin is like different. The accent, like the way they say.
Yes, it's different. The accent definitely different. So to if I want to get out there, I have to really mimic them. Yeah. And first of all, is to be natural in the language. And Singapore, we are all Southern Chinese. We speak Hokkien, Cantonese, Teochew, and then that is demolished by the government because they want to standardize it to Mandarin. Then we hastily put together Mandarin that we learn in classrooms. And it is spoken with a mix of English vocabulary and Malay words. So it's very different. You really have to learn to start from deconstruct and reconstruct again the language abilities in Mandarin.
Okay. Abroad, where exactly have you gotten some gigs?
Guangzhou, and that time they allowed me to speak some Cantonese.
Okay.
So that's natural for me. So I did Cantonese, and then Indonesia.
Okay.
But Indonesia, that one was English. It was an Australian production.
Oh.
So that was okay.
You didn't get to speak Bahasa?
No, they didn't have a single Bahasa. I don't think.
For that.
Yeah, some of this production, they are not really realistic.
Yeah.
Even the set and props and all that look a bit fairy tale.
Okay.
These days is different. The standard is a lot higher these days. For instance, in Hollywood movies, Chinese, that everything everywhere all at once, right?
Yeah.
Those days is that they will speak some Mandarin and after that everything English.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that film, they actually intersperse it quite naturally. And that's what we hear normally, even in America, right, where most people speak English. You still see them mixing a few Chinese words here and there. It's normal.
Yeah.
So the production value and quality is going towards this kind of standard. Whereas then I get away with speaking English in Indonesia film and not natural.
Okay.
I mean, I can speak some Malay, not very good, but then it's understandable. If I'm Chinese, you can write me in as a Singapore Chinese that go into live in Jakarta and speak some broken Malay. That's understandable, believable, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it. I think these days all has to be very believable. Because the competition is
realistic.
a lot higher.
I think I mean, because we are content creators, and I think that is what we realize. Like even when we use AI, it doesn't really go as well as compared to something that is really realistic and something that is documented as compared to something that is scripted. What about financially, the challenges that you face financially? Like, is this a lucrative industry for someone to be able to consider?
Lucrative for the 0.001%. The rest of us have to be lucky. I'm quite lucky. I think from acting I can survive, but barely. So I have other things to do, like tech consulting and teaching.
Okay.
Yeah. If I have a daughter, which I don't have a daughter, thank God. And if she comes back with a boyfriend and say that, oh, this is my boyfriend, he's an actor, I'll say, go and get a real job. I will start worrying for my daughter if the boyfriend is an actor. Right?
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, coming from you, it's really interesting because
coming from me, especially because I know what goes on in the industry, right?
Okay, and do you think if they were to have the grit like you, to be able to really seek out for up to 400 different gigs, if they have that kind of resilience, would you even consider them as a son-in-law? I mean, hypothetically.
I think hypothetically now, I have gone through the industry and I've cast a lot of people as well because I've been behind the camera. I think I can pick up who can make it and who cannot. I'm quite good now. I'm like the first director who got me. So whenever I see somebody who really got it, I tell them I'm returning the goodness that she has given me. I paid forward now. And I'll tell them that, look, you're really good. Why you're really good. And I now can even break it down to why you're good. Because now I teach acting. I can break down stuff to him.
Okay. With 400 gigs, right, in 10 years, it's about 40 gigs a year. Do you remember all of that?
No, I don't. And the scary thing is sometimes I meet a fan and I think some of them are autistic.
Okay.
And they can remember my lines.
Wow.
They remember my lines. They remember the film. They remember my character. And they reminded me. It took me some time. That's the film. Quite amazing. I can't remember everything. Otherwise, I will have personality problems because it's quite a big range of characters.
Yeah, different characters.
I've acted as a murderer, assassin, a madman, a dementia man. So I'm glad I don't remember everything so clearly.
Okay. So you mentioned about how in this industry, if you're not the 0.0001%, this is something where you can actually barely live by. For you personally, what are the jobs aside from your IT consulting that you actually do to be able to sustain in this industry for 10 years, is it?
For 14 years now.
14 years, okay.
I do information security consulting. I do teaching. I used to teach technology. Now I teach acting and media.
Ooh.
What else do I do? That's all really.
Okay.
And those are thankfully pay a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. Previously you teach IT, but now you teach media, acting in media. How do you actually got that particular job?
By knowing the right people. Yeah, very thankful. I really thank him. I'm going to buy him lunch, I think. I'm put it on record now. I'm going to buy him lunch. That he has brought me a job which I thought I will not be able to teach because I don't have a master's degree in drama or media science, right? Or film studies. But based on my experience, they took me in on the good faith that my industry experience is very important. So I'm really, really grateful for that.
Not Mr. Willie,
Mr. Willie is always promotes me when he is on his driving routes. And I'm thankful of that as well. He knows that.
I think maybe we need to get him lunch.
Or sometimes.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, right now, which pays you most? Is it your IT consulting or
IT lah?
IT itself?
Of course, IT.
Okay.
Teaching, you're not. Wow, you're producing future brains lah. But you're, how do I say? It's less stressful teaching. Especially teaching media is fun, man. How can it be stressful if it's fun? It's so much fun. I want to teach more actually. IT sometimes it can be laborious. I wouldn't say it's stressful. It's laborious because in a class of 36 students and then it's a programming class, you get 10 hands put up in the air. Sir, help me, my program doesn't work. You're helping 10 or 20 people debug their programs and all stupid mistakes.
But I mean now you can tell them to use ChatGPT lah.
Cannot lah. How
sometimes it doesn't work.
No, you can ask ChatGPT to generate a program and then you test it. You can do that. But if I ask you to program from scratch and you make mistake, I have to help you to debug it. And for IT class, you're helping debugging. How fun is that? It's not fun, right? It's picking a needle off a haystack. Whereas in acting, I'll be telling them like, look, you really have to believe, right? Don't stress yourself out that you need to cry. You really have to believe. Once you believe, the crying will come. Then you start fine-tuning them. No? See, the way you sit, so positive, how to cry. Right? Physical from outside to inside. Then the insight is to believe. Did you read the script, right? You read the script. Do you feel anything, right? Maybe the script is not well written. Okay, can I change something that makes you deliver that part? So much fun. Really. It's like dissecting real life. Offline and put them back online again.
If I am someone who you see a potential in me in terms of acting, and then now I tell you that Michael, I think I want to pursue this full time. I really think I can make it big. What would you advise me?
I'll check whether you have a sane mind or not. Not everybody has a sane mind. Talk is cheap. No? A lot of people talk. I have met many, and now I no longer offer meeting them already. A lot say, can you meet my friend? She's very interested in this. Can you meet me? So I met them for 2 hours. I gave it all I have, all the advice. After that, 2 months later, I asked, so have you got any auditions or gig? No, I think I don't do lah. I wasted a lot of time. So now I
Yeah.
keep asking them, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Most of them are not. Then there's one girl who actually has the talent, interest, and so on. And after 2 months, I asked her, she said, my boyfriend said cannot.
I
wanted to tell her, just dump your boyfriend.
yeah.
Cannot tell that lah. She should
Boyfriend can what? I mean,
Haven't married, right?
she should have. In hindsight, she should have, because after that she broke off with the boyfriend.
Eventually, yeah. Okay.
No, not very quickly.
Oh, very quickly.
After 1 year, after on Instagram, everything lovey-dovey. I thought, wow, you're shook, man. You're like,
Yeah.
No, after 1 year, gone.
okay.
And then by then she, now I'm joining the police force. The police force say cannot, this and that, cannot. Then cannot really. Then after that, a talent has been unrealized. Yeah. So this is how I approach people. It's like those martial art movie, right? The Sifu will sit in the cave, right, and pretend not to see you. You get kneel there under the rain, under the snow. Then you say, okay, maybe you're serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel in Singapore there are a lot of wasted talents because the opportunity is not there?
Yes and no. There's wasted talents a lot. Because if you go to Raffles Place or any major MRT station where there are a lot of people coming up in the morning from work, right, with their Starbucks coffee or whatever coffee,
Yeah.
do you see happy faces?
No.
Right? Yeah, so therefore, there's a lot of wasted talent. And if you ask anybody in a money earning profession, you ask them, did you always wanted to be this profession, right?
Yeah.
They said, no, actually I wanted to be a poet, writer, singer if I have my way, but got to pay the rent and bills, right?
Yeah.
So I became this. So yeah, wasted talent a lot. A lot of wasted talent. Opportunities is a small country, small market, but we can create opportunities. Now, with the internet and digital videography, LED lights, you can do a lot of things by yourself, right?
Yeah.
So you can create opportunities. Things that were no demand became a demand. Right now, even the Zi Cha store can get influencers to do a video, right? Affordable, you know. So maybe they say, okay, next week we have new dish. Can you do another one? Can, cheap. So you can have more videos coming out. And then if you are a more atas brand, you go for more atas influencers. Okay, that one is like a production company, except they are personality centered. So you pay a higher price, right? Then if you are DBS or some Rolls Royce of the world, you pay a different price, right? So there are actually more opportunities now. Some industries, free-to-air TV is being challenged by all this new media, and they have to find their way out. But other than that, I think there's a lot of new stuff that anybody, I think in Singapore, everybody has a handphone, right? You can start shooting really.
Yeah.
If you're clever to pick the right people, write the right scripts, clever use of lights. Lavalier mics are so cheap, below $40.
Yeah.
Passable quality, and Audacity, sound edit, all those video edits are all free. I think you can create a lot of opportunities. A lot.
Nowadays,
And I haven't finished. Actually, the technology, since I'm a technologist, right? AI video generation, right?
Yeah.
Will create a new demand.
Yeah.
Right? Previously, it's quite expensive to get an actor to illustrate the use of, say, a microwave oven. Now, who needs no emotions needed? Microwave oven. You generate that, and the technology be ready very soon. That you can generate that. Will that take jobs away from human beings? Yes, the lousy human beings, the lousy actors. You never have emotions anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I get a robot to do it now. But you have emotions, you get more demand, right? And then technology can help you get more work. Because previously, say a story about a young man 20 years old to 60 years old, you need 2 actors, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you can have 1 actor.
Yeah.
Thanks to AI, they can make you look young, look old, not handsome enough, never mind. They make you handsome, right? So I think there can be more opportunities looking from the bright side.
Maybe just to add on to that, I think I totally agree with whatever you just said.
Yes.
There's actually this Africa, one of the African countries, this group of boys actually created an action movie. Right, and then the action movie was entirely created using a 10-year-old Samsung smartphone 10 years ago from 10 years ago, and they edited everything on CapCut, which is a free software,
Yeah.
and they get recognition. Even Marvel recognized them for creating a superhero movie, all using all the effects and everything that you can find online. So
Some people are damn good. Some,
Yeah.
I mean, talent is innate.
Yes.
So maybe the question we should ask is, are we bringing this talent out of these people effectively and efficiently? Right? And whether the cost of living and societal attitudes, people like me, whether will encourage other people to go into the field.
Yeah.
I think in some art schools, I wouldn't name it, the attrition rate quite high.
Yeah.
In a way, because at that age they don't really know what they want.
Yep.
Right. I can sing in my class. I sing the best. No, so everybody asks me to sing for them. I feel shook.
Yeah.
So I go to a art school.
Yeah.
Then at that time, I met my class. Everybody can sing.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer the best. So then at that age, maybe 18, 19, you start thinking, really, should I want to be a singer or an actor? Did I choose that path because of ego or because I'm really good and loving it, right?
Yeah.
So the attitude starts changing. And then the girlfriend brought him back to see the parents, and the parents says nasty things to him, and then, I'm going to be an investment banker.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
Oh, this is pretty heavy for part 2.
Yeah, that's why.
A lot of things for you guys to think about. But
Yes.
I think we're gonna end part 2
Yes.
right now. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, we're gonna end
we can
part
move on
2,
to part 3.
and then we're gonna move on to part 3. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.